That's the captain's signature.
Mr. Harmsen, may I ask you where you're going with this?
My Lord, I am going where I'm getting to. The next question is about the standard 7 and the grade 7.
No, now get there.
Yeah,
Why
I'm
do we
getting
have to split hairs about things that are not relevant?
Well, I submit respectfully.
Because if you can tell me what the relevance is
I'm just saying
about a mistake that's made with an ID number, then I'll allow the question.
Yes, my Lord, the relevance, I submit respectfully, is that there's a signature there, but the other mistakes that have been rectified by the state with the evidence, there's nothing.
We'll get through because you said we're going to page 1, or to page 2 for the mistakes. So let's get there because that was the standard 7, and she says, well, it's actually supposed to be grade 7. Don't know.
That's my next question.
Uh-oh, I didn't see that one coming out of Judge Nathan. Wow, where are you going with this? Why? Because, the defense counsel for accused number 1, that Bota was just asking relevant questions, okay? Irrelevant questions, that is, and just going around in circles. And to me, it feels like he is building his plane while he's flying it. And he is struggling to find his momentum. He's struggling to find his footing. And he's just struggling to get started, which is why the judge says, where are you going with this? And his response is literally, I'm going to the next question. I don't mean to laugh, but wow. My Lord is a very patient Lord. There's another judge in the Pretoria High Court who would never stand for such a response, especially coming from the defense team. Wow. He's got his work cut out for him, and number 1 might be, I don't know. I don't know if he follows along well. And as you continue to listen to accused number 1's defense counsel, it feels like he has a hearing problem, but I don't think it's necessarily a hearing problem. I think it's the audio in the room. I think it's the interpreter. I think it's the Afrikaans to English, English to Afrikaans, and then somewhere there things get lost in translation. But make sure you stay till the end so you hear for yourself just how downhill this goes. It's just downhill from here on. The judge ends up saying, let us get to the meat of what this case is really about, aka you're wasting time. Okay, we all sat through Laurentia Lombard's witness testimony, evidence in chief. We all sat through it, but you're making her go through what everybody knows without actually asking any questions. So, pretty interesting exchange there, but let's continue listening on.
That part, when you gave your evidence here on Monday, the learned colleague for the state referred you to, that was what was written there, standard 7. And you were asked if that is right or wrong.
Ik het waar gesê maar in 9 graad 0 is met graad 8 gewees het merk jy reg.
That was not your evidence on Monday.
Sorry my Lord, is nou my fout. Sorry, ek het verkeerd gesê met graad 0 is 9 graad 8.
I'm not with you. Can you have a look at that document on page 2 at the bottom, the second part from the bottom up? It says highest qualifications, and what's written there is standard 7.
That's correct, my Lord.
And did you, how come it's there? I put it to you then, it's the written standard 7 because you told the captain that you had standard 7.
Ik het verkeerd gesê met die graad, dat moet graad 7 gewees en nie graad 8 nie.
But nobody's talking about grade 8 here. What's written down is standard 7. So standard 7 is that grade 9.
That's correct, my Lord.
I finished school in the 70s. So we didn't have grades then. So what did you tell the captain?
Maar dit is die kapitein vertel.
Ik heb voor die kapitein gezegd, dit is graad. Ik heb op je moet standaard geweest het.
I said to the captain, great, I didn't know I was supposed to say standard.
Okay, so thank you, my lord.
But did I hear correctly earlier on that this whole process was videotaped?
The state indicated that on Monday that they have a video of this,
You see,
but
because
it has not been presented.
if one looks at where the content part starts, on page, let me go there. It says there was a Captain Constable George, I think, was there.
There's a mentor as well.
Mentor was the video
Yes,
operator.
yes,
And then when one gets to the contents, at some stage, they had to change the battery. It's recorded in this written statement. But if all of this is on video, why don't you just hand in the video?
I'm not
Or,
in possession of the video. Well,
I know it was discovered because there was a big debate
Yes,
on
sorry,
pre-trial
yeah.
about that.
yes, I'm
So
mistaken.
the defense has it.
I do have the video, yes.
So don't tell me you don't have it. You have it. Because we've dealt with that at pre-trial. But if the video, if it's going to be contentious, this statement of the witness, why don't you just present the video to me? Instead of us nitpicking about things that might not
Yes.
even be relevant.
Yes, my lord,
Because you and I might know, Mr. Armse, with no reference to our age, that you might also make mistakes about grades and standards.
yes, my lord,
Because I've indicated I finished high school in the 70s.
yes, my lord.
So let us get to the meat of what this case is about,
Yes, what,
and not what the case is not about.
yes, what your lordship is.
But if there's a video that was taken and the authenticity is not an issue, and clearly if there are trials within trials, we'll deal with it differently. But this is not that situation. Then we can clarify that. Because then you can continue, get back to the confession. You're not going to finish before lunch.
No, no,
Then I can watch the video over lunchtime.
yes.
Is it on a stick?
May I just mention, my lord, all our docket contents that was provided from the state is electronically. So I have a video on my laptop.
No, but-
I cannot share it or hand it up.
No, but if it's electronically available, then, and if we need to put it on a stick as an exhibit 1 or whatever, we can do that.
Yeah,
But for the purpose of the evidence flowing,
yeah,
then if the parties are in agreement, we can proceed with the cross-examination. I'll have a look at it over lunchtime.
yeah,
And then we can get back to the confession.
yes,
Because it'll save us a lot of time. It'll create clarity. But I will also know where I need to clarify something when questions are being asked. Now they're going to tell me it's on a CD.
I'm in agreement with your lordship, because I might just then conclude and say all the amendments that was given.
Yeah.
The main question is, how did it come about? If
Because then we
if it
clarify.
can be explained, but as your lordship,
If that will assist Mr. Harmse, then
Yeah.
we can do it that way.
yeah.
I suspect that my laptop does not have a CD drive.
None of us, none of it, my lord.
My laptop is from the same era as myself, your lordship. It has the CD player.
No, I normally carry a portable CD drive with me, but I didn't bring it along. Let me just hear from my registrar. Now we'll make a plan. If you can share if you have it electronically, one of you can in the meantime share it with my registrar, an electronic form.
It's being done.
Then what we'll do is we will then upload that. And if there are any other electronic issues going forward, we'll upload the videos on the same platform that we're sharing information with council on the daily recordings and so forth.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
And that might assist you.
I just then want to place on record, and obviously from the viewing the video, then it certainly will curtail my cross-examining
Yeah.
her as far as this is, as to why something was written.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
But thank you for
And-
your cooperation, Mr. Adamson.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My Lord, then it is my intention then at the end of that, I will have to view that as well, I'm going to ask that the Captain Solier be called to give evidence depending if I decided it's necessary or there's some contention
Well,
issues.
But this is not a trial within a trial.
No,
So if
no.
Captain Solier doesn't get called by the state in the main case,
Yeah,
then and Captain Solier is made available to you, then it's up to you to call the witness.
yeah, yes.
And if neither you or the state call the witness, and I'm of the view that it's necessary, I can call that witness. But it's
Indeed.
early days. We're not there yet.
Indeed, my Lord.
But if they don't call the witness and you want to call the witness, feel free.
Yeah.
They can make the witness available to you. Unless, of course, it's the same witness that might also feature in the trial within trials. We don't know. I don't know. All right.
Thank you, my Lord. I'll move on then. Ms. Lombard, I'm now going to go to your oral evidence, your evidence in chief that you gave on a bit on Thursday, Friday, and a bit on Monday.
Dis korrek, my Lord.
You gave evidence, and I would say at this stage already it's common cause, that your boyfriend, where you lived, his name is Ayanda.
Hier het ook gesê die keer wat ek met Mzansi was Ayanda.
Dis korrek, my Lord.